Okay, so today we're going to learn how to make the PowerPoint presentation that you'll need to go along with your lab report that you'll be turning in a week or so. So first you want to open up PowerPoint and you want to start with just the first title page that they give you. This title page, where it says click to add title, I want you to add the title of your project. And then where it says click to add subtitle, you're going to add your name. So you're going to say bye. Say Miss Brewer. Okay, so now we're going to add a new slide, and to do that we're going to come up here where it says new slide, and we're going to hit the title and content slide. So this slide we're going to title background. Alright, so I want to know the background research that you've done. Your project, while it might be unique, is not the first one in that field. So I want you to go back and do some background field research, related topics, that sort of thing. Okay, and then I also want you to list your independent and dependent variables. This is very important because it sets the tone and it lets those of us who didn't do the experiment and are just learning from you, it kind of helps us learn what's going on and what you did. Alright, so once you've listed those, you're going to move on. We're going to add another new slide here, title and content. We're going to title this slide Materials. So this, I want the kind of big overarching materials. So what kind of tools did you use? Did you use pipettes? If so, were they automatic or were they the rolly kind that you had to do manually? That matters. What was the size? Did you calibrate it to the amount that you needed, or did you use a pipette that was too big or too small for the volume that you needed? Did you use a hood? Were the chemicals that you used so noxious that you needed to do it in a sterile, contained environment? That's important to know for someone who would be repeating this experiment. Also want to know, what kind of chemicals did you use? Did you use enzymes? Did you use anything that was time sensitive? That sort of thing. So once you do that, we're going to insert another new slide, and I want you to tell me about your methods. How did you complete this experiment? It does not need to be as detailed as it will be in your lab report. I expect a very detailed methodology aspect to your report. However, this one, you're just kind of giving an overview. So I just want to know the general things that you did. I don't need to be able to redo the experiment from this slide. So how did you do it? Next, another new slide, and this is where we're going to talk about results. So this is an important section, but you need to understand that this section is not where you explain your results. You simply give your results. Okay? So to do that, I think the best way to show data for a lot of you will be to insert a table. So we're going to do that here. You can make it as big as you need. And we're just going to call this variable 1 and this variable 2. And I'm just going to put in some data here. All right, so this is just some sample data, obviously nothing real. I'm going to just reformat this because I don't need my table to be that large. Very easy to reformat, as you can see here. All right, and then I'm going to select this table, and I want to put in a graph now. I want to show how the data is related. I want to visually show that. So I'm going to go back to Insert, and I'm going to hit Chart. And you can see there's a bunch of different types of charts here. You all are welcome to use any one that you think will communicate your data the best. Column, line, pie, bar, any of these. I personally like to use the scatter plot here, but I like to use the scatter plot that also contains the line that connects all of your points. So I like this one because it shows each point, each data point, but it also shows you the trend line essentially, that, you know, how is the data moving? Is it positively correlated, negatively correlated? Is it a crazy scatter plot that has no correlation? That sort of thing. So I'm going to hit OK. And an Excel spreadsheet is going to pop up. So I'm going to just minimize this And here's my graph. So again, resize this a little bit. All right, and then we can get rid of this here. And here's your table, your graph in your table. So you can go into the graph, and just like in Excel, you can rename the title. I would want to see some axis titles down here, that sort of thing, but all in all, it's very easy to do in PowerPoint. So then we're going to add a new slide. You're going to talk about your discussion of results. So this is where I want to know, what do the results mean? Okay, and were you able to confirm or deny your hypothesis? Also a very important question to answer. Once you do that, that'll most likely be your longest part of the presentation, and feel free to have multiple slides for any of these that you need. Then you're going to have your conclusion. So do you have any further questions that you want to address after this, this experiment? Did it lead you in any different direction? That sort of thing. Implications. So implications to society. How can this help everyone, or how does it prove something that hurts? And then finally, you need to have your works cited page. And we've talked about this, we've worked with it a little bit, but I'm going to want you to put all of your things in APA format. If you have any questions about that, we can go over it again in class. So that's a little bit of an overview. Good luck finishing up your reports and also making your PowerPoints. See you in class.